Hello everybody, my name is Laura and you're watching the Beanbird 2 channel where we talk about testimonies and the goodness of God. Today I want to talk about sharing our testimonies with the generations. Part of the reason why I'm doing these videos is because I want to record my testimonies for my kids. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, and even though I'm in good health, something could happen that could take my life today, tomorrow, the next day, I don't know. And I want to make sure that the testimonies in my life of the goodness of God are recorded for my kids so that they can know how God moved in our lives. And in the Bible, we hear of the consequences of parents that didn't share their testimonies. They didn't share the goodness of God with their kids, and whole generations fell away from the Lord. So the stakes are high, especially in today's world where the world wants to educate our kids and the government wants to own our children. We have to be proactive in sharing what God has done in our lives. I try to be very open and transparent with my kids. I talk about times when I failed. I talk about times where I felt shame, grief, anger, and I talk about how I worked through those emotions, how I worked through those trials, mistakes that I made and the way that God overcame them, ways that I grew, how my faith changed, how I went from being lukewarm to being on fire for the Lord. And when we're open about the ways that we fail, our kids trust us. They see that there's something to what we're saying. Honesty is so important. And when we're honest with our kids, they can tell the difference between that and deception. Even though some topics are hard to cover, and of course you have to keep it age appropriate with your children, I try to always let them know everything that I can about my past, so that they can establish a trust with me, and then they can learn from the experiences that I had. So don't forget to share your testimony with your children or with your grandchildren. Be honest about your shortfallings. Children know that we're sinners. They know that we fail. And when we share these things, it doesn't make us look weak to them. I think a lot of times people feel like they don't want to share their failings because people won't respect them. Maybe they won't listen to them. But that's a lie from the enemy, and it's actually the opposite. When people see that you're transparent about your shortfallings, they respect you. They trust you. They learn that you're someone that they can go to with their own problems because you're not saying that you're better than them. I try to also think about my kids as being eternal beings. I know that the Lord brought them into this world and that we'll be in heaven eternally together. And so whether they're 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, I try to talk to them with eternity in mind and give them respect that I would an eternal being that I'll share heaven with one day. I try to show patience and kindness and love, the fruit of the Spirit, and it helps foster a relationship where they can come to me and I can talk to them and I can bear my heart with them and they bear their heart with me. So try to, if there's any younger people in your life, reach out to them. Don't be afraid of the youth. Share with them what you've learned and what God has done. Tell them that God is good and He loves them and He wants good things for their life. All things that are good come from the Lord, and He wants to bless us, and He is merciful and gracious, and He keeps giving us second, third, fourth, fifth chances. We're in the age of grace, and don't let it slip away. Have a good day.